Late night boxing talks. Talking about the late night boxing talks. Got the pump shotty. I fucking love this thing, dog, because it's so much like a real shotgun. All you gotta do is hit this little joint, load your shit, ready for action, yo. You ready for the motherfucking action, yo. See what I'm saying? We gonna let the list populate. Got some late night boxing talks en route. A lot of fun subjects I'd like to go over. The next episode of the relay is already done, so I figured since I finished it, why not do a late night boxing talks? Late night boxing talks, talking about the late night boxing talks. And yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff going on. In reference to I was goody Willie Lynch, was goody Rob, was goody Turbian, was goody Daniel, PBC Warden, ay, Danny Lopez, ay, la vaina. This is a shotgun. It's the shotty right here, B. You know what I'm saying? Just like a real shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Put the joint right there. Let it rip. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit out here, yo, man. It be getting wild out here. Hey, JJJJ. New Country is in the building. Mike Friedel is in the building. And yeah, it's a lot of people. I seen Clarissa Shields. I seen Shakur Stevenson. They was going back and forth. Very friendly. Nothing hostile, nothing like that. Shakur feels that his fight with Oscar Valdez, assuming it even gets done, because Oscar, according to Shakur, he has not signed the contract, right? So the fight is not even done. But assuming that it gets done, young Shakur Stevenson feels that his fight is bigger than Taylor versus Serrano. And bigger in what arena is the question? Bigger in what way, in what scope, in what spectrum? Because historically, Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez isn't a bigger fight than Taylor versus Serrano. See, Taylor versus Serrano is an opportunity for two female athletes, two female fighters, to make history for their sport. Whereas Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, it's a great fight, don't get me wrong, but it's a unification match like many other unification matches. What distinguishes Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez from Vosdick versus Better Beef? What's the difference? That was a unification match. What distinguishes Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez from Stefan Fulton and Brendan Figueroa? What makes that, what separates it? Whereas when you think about Taylor versus Serrano, historically it's a big fight because it's the opportunity for these two pound-for-pound fighters of this era to make history against each other in a fight where both girls is getting paid the way they want to get paid. I'm assuming that Amanda's going to get the 7 figures that she wants. I don't know. And that's why I said it depends on what arena you're talking about as far as which fight is the bigger fight. Can they fill the big room at MSG? I don't know. And I don't know how they plan to do that. I have a sneaking suspicion that Jake Paul is gonna, he's gonna try to do what he's got to do to promote the fight. Eddie's gonna do what he has to do to promote the fight. Will the Irish come out? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about the big room. You're not talking about the Hulu Theater. You're talking about the big room, and you want to fill that joint. It's very ambitious, and even if they don't fill it, they have to try. That's the thing that a lot of people. What a lot of people don't realize is, you got to shoot. You aim for the moon. You might hit a star. Even if you don't fill the big room, try to set that goal that I'm going to try to do that. And then even if I don't hit it, I am going to look at what I did. I'm going to try to see what worked, what didn't, because that's the way everything is when you're trying to do something that really hasn't been done before, at least in this market. Because I already said it in the last live I did that, Americans don't realize that a female fighter in Cecilia Breakers, she fought in front of 10,000 people. The Americans don't know that, but there's a lot of shit that the Americans don't know. The Americans don't know about Regina Helmick and what she was doing over there in Europe, over there in Germany. They don't know about that. Americans are very xenophobic, very tribalist, and in many instances very ignorant. And they only look at things through a filter, through rose-tinted lenses and shit like that. But this is an opportunity for these two female fighters, one who I love to death, to make history for their sport. Well, no, I don't even want to say their sport because boxing is boxing, fighting is fighting. You know what I mean? But it's an opportunity for them to make history, whereas there's nothing historically relevant about Stevenson versus Valdez. It's a great fight, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing historically relevant or unique about it. Like, no, it's a unification match between two guys, like many unification matches we see between two guys. I mean, there's not much there that separates it from Vosdick versus Beterbiev or Garcia versus Dorticos or Garcia versus Usyk. I mean, what is the, in what way are those two things on the same scale? If we talk about finance, okay, what does Oscar make for the fight? What does Shakur make for the fight? Then maybe there it's bigger. Maybe in that arena where, okay, what are the guys getting paid for the fight? Maybe it's a bigger financial fight. And I don't even know that. I don't know what those guys are going to get paid because that fight ain't done. In terms of audience, okay, well, which fight is going to have more people at the fight? We don't know. I mean, I literally don't know. We're not going to have that answer until both of them fights is over. So, I mean, I don't even think of it as being a bigger fight for me as just a boxing fan that follows all of these different fighters. Nah, Stevenson versus Valdez isn't a bigger fight to me because it doesn't have the backdrop that Taylor versus Serrano has. It doesn't have that backdrop. They're like, yeah, we've been waiting for this for a while. We have been waiting for this for a while. It could very well be a multi-million-dollar fight if they get the sponsors involved and Jake promotes this thing and gets it to where a lot of people show up. It could be. I don't know because remember, both of these fights are supposed to go down late April. So there's a lot of things that got to happen and we don't have a lot of answers right now. But for me, right, just off of anticipation, nah, Stevenson versus Valdez is not a bigger fight to me than that because I've been waiting for that longer than I've been waiting for Stevenson versus Valdez. Is it possible that Whyte ends up as undisputed? Wouldn't that be, wouldn't that be some wild shit on that deed? Look, anything is possible. If the question is it possible? Anything is possible. I think the question you really want to ask is it likely? And no, it's not likely. In terms of likelihood, no, it's not likely. But anything is possible. Any old motherfucking thing is possible. A lot of people ask me, they're DMing me and they're asking me, which fight are you going to see? Which fight are you going to watch? I'm going to watch both of them shits. I got tablets, laptops, TVs. I can watch two fights at the same time easy. That's why when they asked Bob that shit, and I said it in a video I did, the last episode of the relay I did, they're like, it's not either or. Them fights probably ain't even going to be happening at the same time, the main events, because one is on the East Coast and one is further out west. They on different time zones. So by the time Shakur and Oscar walk into the ring, Taylor versus Serrano might be over. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a clash. And if you want me to be real with you, okay, let's say they was on at the same time. And you can't watch them both at the same time. Like, well, you can. You can. But if you got to choose, I would choose Taylor versus Serrano. Why? I said this already. I feel like Stevenson is going to slow that fight down, move and punch and counter. He's going to keep Oscar Valdez out because Oscar's shorter. He doesn't have long arms like Shakur. And Shakur's going to move and punch, stick and move, keep him out. And if he get through, counter him or tie him up. I feel like Valdez versus Stevenson is a chess match. Taylor versus Serrano is an action fight. That's an action fight between two action fighters. And I'm going to always go for the action fight over the chess match, like being real. So, you know what I mean? If you want to know what I'm going, like what I would watch if it's me, I'm going to watch the action fight. And the action fight where they're going to go at it, where I feel like, yeah, they're going to go at it. They are going to go at it. Is Taylor versus Serrano. And that's not me being nice. That's not me being this and that. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, let's say the action fight was two guys, okay, then I'm going to watch the two guys if I feel like them two girls is going to be a chess match. To me, it's about the fight. It ain't, you just saying, you just being nice and you're progressive bullshit. No. It's a fight I've been waiting for a very long time. It's a historically relevant fight. And the aesthetic of the match has more potential to be a shootout where somebody gets hurt, maybe gets knocked out, maybe. But the potential is there more for that fight than Stevenson versus Valdez, because I could see Stevenson versus Valdez going to the cards. You know, I could see that. So that's just how I feel about that motherfucking shit. I don't know, bro. As boxing fans, we've been asking for these type of fights, and we get it. So I'm gonna do my part to run them numbers up. I dig it. I dig it. Think there is a rematch clause for Taylor Serrano? It's rematch room, bro. So you know it is. It ain't just match room. It's rematch room, man. Because if you sign that contract, it's a rematch clause in there. Shout out to Rob. Rob says, as you know, there's a lot of Ricans and Irish folks here in New York City. And if promoted right, I think Taylor versus Serrano sells a good amount of tickets at Madison Square Garden. Listen, I hope they do, bro. I hope they do. I want nothing but the best for the athletes that have been overlooked and underpaid and all that shit, all right? I want them girls to make history. Plus, I know it's going to be a good fight. I'm going to be biting my fucking nails the whole goddamn... Like, this the shit, right? For me, right? And maybe this is just me. But I'm going to be biting my fucking nails during Taylor versus Serrano. I'm not biting my nails over Stevenson versus Valdez. I'm pretty settled on that fight and how I feel about that fight and what I think is going to happen. I'm not, oh shit, you know, I'm like not with that fight. With this fight, there is an air of spontaneity, and I'm actually more intrigued by that. And once again, that's not me being this and that. And no. I keep it a beam, right? The better fight is the better fight. And to me, the better fight is Taylor versus Serrano. It's just that simple. Those are 2 pound for pound fighters, both of them. Whereas Valdez and Stevenson, y'all not even pound for pound fighters yet. Y'all not at right now in y'all career where they at. So it ain't even the same thing. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? As far as what Bob said, right? And I said it in a video I did, that I'm not in the business of defending shit that he says. I can only tell you what I think. And if you want to know what I think and you're here, so I'll assume that you do, he's talking about the market that's there now. He's talking about the people and the guys that, for whatever reason, they like to flex on the girls. I don't know why they like to flex on girls, bro. Like, that's just not some shit. Like, I don't understand that shit. I don't do that shit, so I don't really know why you would be trying to flex on them. It is what it is. But he's talking about the existing American market. And when he's talking about that market, he really isn't off base, because that's what the numbers show. That's what the statistics show, that the American market, they are a certain way. And I say it here on the channel all the time, that as far as growing the sport in America, it's behind Europe. It's behind the United Kingdom. You know, it is behind. Like, there's a lot more work that needs doing here, because when you got fighters like Raquel Miller, like Zarina McCoy, like Deanna Estrada, and they don't have a major promoter, these is talented fucking fighters, you know what I mean? And if they were guys, they would fucking already have a promoter, you know what I mean? They would already have one. Raquel Miller was on the same motherfucking team as Michaela Mayer and Franchon Cruz and Clarissa Shields and Marlena Esparza and Christina Cruz. And she was right there out of that same crop of girls. But she don't got a major promoter. If she was, if we was in Europe, she probably would have had one. So what I'm saying is that in this market, Bob's not wrong in what he said, because it is true that there's a lot of guys, and I don't really understand why they like that, but there's a lot of guys that feel that way. To those guys, I don't try to appeal to or market to or even speak to those individuals, because I know as a consumer, I would not want nobody force feeding me some shit that I didn't want. So I dig where they coming from. But what I'm saying is, a lot of these guys, they got weird energy. They got weird energy. And what I mean by that is, this is one of the few channels in the whole of YouTube that has been covering both the girls and the guys for years. This is one of the few channels. And I'll get a guy, odd guy, oh, I don't watch that shit. I dig it. Don't watch it then. Oh, can you put timestamp? No, I'm not putting timestamps. When have you ever seen me put a timestamp, you know what I mean, to cut off segments? No, motherfucker. We do shit my way. My channel, my way. Don't like it, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Don't bug me with the same way I don't come to you and bug you with no shit. Don't bug me with no shit. Do what I want. I've always been that way. I'm a fucking Capricorn. I do what the fuck I want. Period. And if that's the fuck I'm doing, that's what the fuck I'm doing. I was goody country. You know what I'm saying? Emma Willis, if someone's throwing a sweet left hook, I'm gonna watch. You know what I mean? Like it's not even me co-signing what he's saying. It's just that when you think about what he's saying and you think about the numbers and the people and the demographics that we're talking about, all the different demographics, no, he actually wasn't off base. The issue is you're not supposed to be talking like that because you actually promote a female fighter. That's the thing, that you're not supposed to be talking like that because you're supposed to be one of the guys that's going against that, because you actually have a fighter like that in your stable. So when you say that, you lend insight into what might happen behind the scenes with your own fighter. You see what I mean? Because the way you saying the shit, like you saying that shit so matter of fact, it's like, okay, well, what are you doing to change that? Because you have a unified champion in Mikaela Mayer. What are you doing to change that? Because you supposed to be, if you fucking signed her, you supposed to be doing something to change that. Shout out to Willie Lynch. As a person who used to dislike the female division, I can only speak for myself when I say I saw a gender, not the sport. By looking at it as a fight, that's how I changed my opinion. Thank you, Willie, because that's the same shit I said. To me, a fight's a fight. If it's two girls fighting, it's two cats fighting, it's two motherfucking... A fight's a fight. That's how I see the shit. The fight is either good or bad. The fighter is either good or a bad fighter, period. I only see either it's a good fight or it ain't a good fight. That's all I see. You know what I mean? It ain't, oh yeah, we gotta be fair and all this bull. Nah, I'm not that guy, bro. I'm telling you, if the fights wasn't good, I wouldn't talk about it. If the fights wasn't good, I wouldn't watch the shit, period. Ain't no virtue signaling over here. I like the shit because they get out there, they scrap. I get a lot more of the fights that I actually want to see. Like, ooh, I would like to see her fight her. I would like to see her fight. That's why I fucks with the shit. Feel me? So I just see either it's a good fight or it's not a good fight, period. When we talking about two guys, two girls, two squirrels, two rabbits, two fucking cats, two feral cats in an alley in New Jersey, fight's a fight, bro. That's all I see. I agree with that too, Emma. I agree with that too, that sometimes you get them two girls in there and they go fucking hell for leather out the gate. You get two guys in there, they want to feel each other out and probe with the jab and feint and all this shit. And, yo, man, the fuck? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So for me and my money, I am actually, and I'm not, because I feel it's necessary to say this because people keep asking me this rhetorically as if they think they're going to get a different answer. But for me and my money, I care more about Serrano and Taylor than I care about Stevenson and Valdez. Like, being real with you. Like, if you want me to be real with you, you want my answer, I care more about Taylor versus Serrano than that fight. I do. That, to me, that is a more relevant fight, a better aesthetic, has the potential to have a better aesthetic. Because like I said, I feel like Stevenson versus Valdez is going to be Stevenson moving around, jabbing, feinting, moving around, countering. And I think Oscar, it's going to be tough for him to keep up with Shakur, because Shakur is young, strong. He got, he's a southpaw. He's an Olympian. It's like, I just see a lot of things for Shakur. And you know what? If the fight ends up being dope, that's good too. You know what I mean? But I just feel like it's going to be a chess match. That's how I feel that shit is going to be. Whereas with these two, I know Katie like to throw a lot of punches, and I know Amanda like to throw a lot of punches. The both of them like to throw a lot of fucking punches. So I know what I'm going to get. I got a better idea of what I'm going to get. I like the product. I hope they sell the motherfucking shit out. I hope it does well, man. You know what I mean? And that's how you fucking do shit, man. You got to aim for the moon. Even if you don't hit it, you might hit a star on the way. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Gerard. That's what I'm saying, Gerard. That I'm like, Yo, if it's two girls and they going at it, they fighting in the street, they going at it, hair getting pulled, titties pop, a lot of shit is happening, right? You think motherfuckers, oh, those girls, I ain't gonna watch that shit. Really? How you sound, bro? Like, where you from, man? And that's why when I be seeing these types of cats, I'm like, yo, you trying to come off as like, when I see them type of dudes that say that, I just look at them. I don't get into arguments over the shit because, like I said, I don't try to force feed anybody anything. But I be looking at the dudes that be saying that, and I'm like, looking at these cats. Like, it was a comment I saw on Twitter. The guy said, "Oh, anybody that would prefer to watch Serrano versus Taylor to Stevenson versus Valdez is a weirdo." And then I look at the account and I'm like, bro, you got to use a Google stock image. You have to use a Google stock image just to be on Twitter. That says a lot without saying a lot. You are not in a position to call anybody a weirdo when you ashamed of your own fucking face. Being real with you. You're not in a position to do that. Like, if we gonna get to that point where we casting judgments, bro, I look at anybody with a ghost account like, yo, you a fucking weirdo. What are you hiding? Why are you hiding? What the fuck do you be doing online that you need to hide? Them people trained by social media comments, feel me? All this promo for the fight, all this is good promo for the fight, though. Yo, I dig it. I agree. Man, get the fuck out of here, you fucking weirdo. It's that same dickhead from before. My God, go get some pussy and get some money. Right now, I'm getting money. You should at least be trying to get some pussy. Not online looking to get a reaction out of me, you fucking weirdo. That's the type of cats I'm talking about. And to Johnny Blaze's point, that's true. They whole life is a comment section. Like, bruh, y'all motherfuckers get up every day and log into your social media. You're not getting no money doing that. The difference between me and you is I'm getting money doing that. You not. Talking this boxing shit. Right? And all you do is say goofy ass, oh, you gotta be a weirdo. I'm like, weirdo, bro, you so fucking weird you can't even show your face online because you so ashamed of how you look. You scared people gonna make fun of you. And you think you could call people. That's this generation is wild to me, but it's all right. That's part of getting older and just seeing the way the world changes and shit like that. That's just what that shit is. I agree, country. I agree. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I don't want to knock nobody. I understand that people may not want to, show their face. Everybody has their reasons. But when I see the negativity, it's the negativity that I'm addressing. That's what I'm saying. It's the negative. Like, yo, you ain't got to be negative, bro. I said this on Twitter earlier. They're like, I have never seen an episode of Game of Thrones. I've never seen an episode of that shit. I heard it's a great show and all of that, but I never seen it. And you're not going to see me going to a channel or a thread or this and that to say, well, I don't watch that shit. Well, I don't watch Game of... Why the fuck would I do that, bro? No, I don't watch that shit. If you ask me, I'll tell you. But other than that, I ain't going to bother you with that shit. If you watch that shit, that's cool. Shit is probably really good. Shout out to Bev. Bev says, preach. I have the zone, but I'll be live and in person MSG on April 30th. That's what I'm talking about. Shit is wild out here. Like, you're not going to see me. Yeah, like, I don't watch, like, what's that fucking show with the stalker dude, man? What's his, I or you or some shit? Yo, it's mad people that like that fucking show, right? I have feelings about that show and why it's written the way it's written, but you're not going to catch me on yo, I don't watch that shit. I don't watch that shit. Why the fuck would I go above and beyond? I don't watch that shit. Motherfucker, come to a channel, one of the few channels that reports on both the guys and the girls. I don't watch that shit. All right, then don't watch that shit, bro. What you want me to do? I know what you want me to do, and I'm not going to do that because I don't take requests. I do what the fuck I want. I am Trill Will. Let me see. Who's Trill Will? Yeah, I'm going for Taylor against Serrano. I actually am. What about it? But I'm not going for Parker against Andre. I don't know where you got that from. Oh, this that same dickhead from before. My God, go get some fucking pussy, bro. Seriously, because you're not getting no money over here. I don't understand you dudes. If you got time to come over here and try to get a reaction out of me, yo, go get some money. And if you got money, go get some pussy. Do something with your life, bro. Stop trying to get a reaction out of me. I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody important that you need to get a reaction out of me. If you came here just to get a reaction out of me, yo, I'm not nobody for you to get a reaction out of, bro. Go get some money, or if you got some money, cool, get you some pussy or something. Hey, go get something to eat. Go drink some juice. It's fucking COVID out here. We gotta stay healthy out here, yo. That's what I'm saying. Box watchers, well, weird ass people. They do that shit, right? They do that because they want to get a reaction. They want attention. The attention that they don't get in real life, the things they don't say in real life, they resort to saying those things and all of that online. Because in real life, it's like, motherfuckers don't be listening to you, bro. Who the fuck be listening to you, bro? You know what I mean? So they get online and they fantasy. Like, it's like a sim almost for these fucking guys. And I'm like, listen, man, a lot of y'all motherfuckers, y'all don't need to be online as much as y'all. I already did all my wild shit when I was a kid. I already did all that wild shit. I'm a Family Guy now. I'm Peter Griffin. I already did all my wild shit. You young motherfuckers that have time to do that goofy shit, you need to go outside and do some wild shit. Get the fuck off the internet, bro. I was fucking in my early 20s. You couldn't get me to stay in the house, bro. Y'all motherfuckers be in your house, do this bullshit. Take this bullshit. I'm gonna do this bullshit. Like, y'all motherfuckers need to be outside. When I was y'all age, I was outside all day doing shit. Not fucking idiots. Get some pussy, man. Y'all cats need to get some goddamn pussy. I'm gonna start saying it with an A. Y'all need to get some pussy. Pussy. Get the fuck off the internet, man. If you ain't even getting no money, stop spending so much time online. You ain't even getting no money. Shit is wild out here. Who's Southpaw? This is why the world is so screwed. Politicians are listening to the lunatics online to navigate their political ambitions. If that ain't the goddamn truth, I don't know what is, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is weird to me, man. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck could I go as far as making an account to say stupid shit, bro? I swear to God, I would never. I'm going to make a whole account. I'm going to put an email, make a whole account, hide my identity, just so I could talk to strangers. They see, because I'm trained by the CIA, right? I'm going to let y'all in on something. They target the people that they could not talk to in a real life setting. For whatever reason, the individuals they target for these, this troll behavior are individuals that in a real life setting, they would not have the nerve to speak to. Sometimes it's females, sometimes it's just other personalities with our personalities to them. And they act out these fantasies with these alt accounts and burner accounts and go. Like, bro, you really sat there and made a whole account just so you could act fucking stupid online? Do you know how fucking morbid that is? Go watch some porn at least. Be normal, bro. Go to Pornhub or something. If you can't get no burn, all right, go to Pornhub, bro. Alleviate yourself, man. Jesus Christ. Shit is crazy, bro. I don't understand shit like that. Like when I was the age that a lot of the trolls are young guys. Like
a lot of the trolls, those is guys that's young guys. They got the energy to do dumb shit like that. And it's like, yo, when I was a young guy, bro, I wouldn't, what the fuck would I be doing that for? Like, I don't like, what the fuck? That shit don't make no motherfucking sense. You 20 something acting stupid on it. Like, what the fuck? So you ain't getting no money. You can't be getting no burn doing shit like that. Like, I just you can't. Like, what? I'm an old dad, bro. I'm an old family guy. So when I be home, chilling, bro. I did all that wild shit. Y'all ain't even do no wild shit. Y'all already bunch of fucking hermits. Man, go sell some goddamn drugs or something, man. Like, I don't know. Fucking weirdos, man. Like, go sell some goddamn drugs or something, man. Y'all motherfuckers is, I don't know, B. I don't know. Motherfuckers creep me out, man. Oh, no, it ain't even that. I like talking that shit. I just like talking that shit because when they listen to it, you can't tell, right? But like I said, I'm trained by the CIA. When I say this shit, I force them to reflect on their lives and evoke the change that needs to change in their bitch ass lives. Like, yo, you can't dedicate your time to dumb shit like that, yo. You're not gonna get no burn doing dumb shit like that. You need to go outside, B. Get you some culo, man. Like, the fuck out here, man. Like, motherfuckers on their phone all goddamn. Like, listen, man. Unless you getting money, you don't even need to be doing that bullshit. You ain't getting no money doing that bullshit. This is their version of doing wild shit. Yeah, I dig that. That is true. That is their version of doing wild shit. IQ, who would you say is the most quality opponent Serrano has faced? That is a very good question. I would say, honestly, maybe Heather Hardy, maybe Fatuma Zarika. Maybe Heather Hardy and Fatuma Zarika. But then again, Daniela Bermudez was a pound-for-pound fighter when they fought. She was. And the reason that I don't like to think about that fight in that context is because Daniela moved up in weight. Daniela had just went from 118 to 122, and after she got to 122 and won that title, she went up again to 126. So when I know that Daniela don't belong up there, Daniela ain't no motherfucking featherweight. Even though she was a pound-for-pound fighter, it's like she's not really a featherweight, though. So I guess one of the best names that Amanda fought, you got to say is Heather Hardy. You kind of got to throw Daniela in there because Daniela was a pound-for-pound fighter, but Daniela was not no fucking featherweight. One of the only champions she beat was Maria Maderna many years ago for a WBO title at lightweight. You know, that's probably one of the better girls she beat. And when you see that, like, okay, she won a WBO title at 140. After she won that title, I think she went all the way down to, I think it was 115. She fought Eva Voraberger. It's like, am I supposed to give you props for some? That's what I mean. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, dog, why are you fighting? Why are you fighting somebody from 115? Like, why? You just want a belt at 140. Why you at 115 now? If you just want a belt at 140, why didn't you fight Erika Farias? Why didn't you fight Ana Laura Esteche? Why would you? It just don't make sense. Yeah, man. About to open up the panel to the chat. Open up the chat to the panel. And we gonna limit the amount of people because people keep telling me limit how many people is on the thing because can't nobody hear each other. Who do you think will win? Chantel Cameron? I love them both, man. Look, I'm gonna make a decision, all right? But I love them both. I gotta say that, all right? I've been fucking following Chantel since she was with Cyclone Promotions. and she was wearing the white shit. She had the white fight kit with the gold. I've been following Chantel for fucking years, bro. And Kaylee, who don't love Kaylee, man? She cool as shit, dog. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna come up with an answer, man. I am. I'm gonna have to make a decision. I know. I can't be acting like a little bitch like that. But I'll be a little bitch till the fight is made. When the fight is announced, then, you know, I'll bite the fucking bullet. Yeah, man. As soon as you disagree with them, they tell you, come meet me, come meet them, like you don't have a gym in your hood. Yo, it's not even that. Like, it's like, yo, all that energy is fake, bro. Like, come meet you, dog. You halfway across the country. Once it was a motherfucker in Liverpool. If I ever get my hands on you, you not gonna though. We in two different countries, bro. What are you about to do? Book a flight? Or you want me to book the flight? He said something on the internet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the passport out and book the flight. Really? Shit is wild out here, man. All right, everybody know the rules, parliamentary procedure, let each other talk, and if your mic is fucked up, mute your mic.
How's everybody
What's up,
doing?
fellas?
What's going on, yo?
Big up everybody, man.
Ain't shit, man. And you know, somebody got a fucked up mic. Y'all gotta control y'all shit. Hey, who is that? Who is that? That's Jose M. Savarino. All right. What's goody, Jose? You new to the panel, Jose?
What's good, man? What's good?
Ain't shit, man. And yeah, man. I mean, it's just like what Bob said. I understand what Bob said, but the reason it reflects poorly on Bob is because you're actually in that business to try to expand that market. So you can't see, like, if it was Al Heyman, like, let's say Al Heyman actually did interviews, right? He could talk that shit because he's not promoting no female fighter. But when you actually got a female fighter in your stable, nah, you can't talk like that because you supposed to be the one that changes the shit. That's why you have a female fighter. If you got a go ahead, bro.
Oh, my bad. I was here like a couple of shows ago. Well, I think Bob Aaron's still stuck in his old ways too. Like, the dude is, you know, borderline 100 years old. Like, he only understands one way to make money. That's like the only way he's stuck though. But I agree with your points though. Like, you already got like a really marketable fighter. Like, you can have the opportunity to like open up a market. You never know. Like, right now, female boxing is like as exciting as ever. Because to be honest with you, I didn't watch female boxing until like Layla Ali, but now it's like, wow, like all of a sudden it's getting like really good.
No, y la cosa está buena. Mira, hay una tipa, una dominicana, hace muchos años, ¿verdad? Ella se llama Oxandia Castillo. If you watch her knockout of Hannah Gabriels, you're gonna like the knockout. All that, it's a girl. Man, ain't nobody worried. She knocked the fucking shit out of Hannah Gabriels. Be cold.
If you qualify. That's what I like though.
And it was a good fight. The fight didn't last long. It only lasted 2 fucking rounds, the first fight. And she cold slept her, B.
My favorite KO was Ava Knight over Aureli Mucino. That was savage.
Yes, that was fucking. That's what I'm like. It's fucking savage. That's why I'm like, yo, mira. And Leo, Bob Arum, the reason he's not supposed to talk like that, you have a fighter that you're supposed to be promoting. So when you do that, it reflects poorly on you. Who mic is messed up? Somebody mic is wilding. Pues sí, porque él es promotor de una mujer que pelea. Él no puede estar hablando así porque you're the one who's supposed to change that, bro. That's why you signed Michaela, right? So ese lío, pero eso no es nada porque ese tipo está muy viejo también. Nobody expects an old ass man como él de que to have hair on his tongue. Ya se sabe que los viejos, ellos dicen lo que le dé la santa gana. They're going to say whatever the fuck they want because they're old and they don't give a shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it, Jules, because at the end of the day, he answered, and then he asked the question. He should have asked that question first, which was, where is that fight happening? and then he would have said, "Oh, it's happened in New York. Oh, that's fine. You know what? It's different time zones. We'll be fine." And that would have been the end of the answer. But he went to talk about, oh, nobody watches, like it's the Premiership versus the female football. That was all dumb. All he had to say was, "Where's that fight happening? Oh, it's happening in New York. Oh, we're on different time zones. We should be fine." And that would have been sufficient.
Yeah, but you know, like Arum, and this is why I said what I said about Arum, that he's an equal opportunity asshole. He's an asshole more than anything. But he's an equal opportunity asshole. He's an asshole to pretty much anybody that crosses him. Like, you see what he did to Mike Coppinger, and he fucking works for ESPN.
I love that. I
love that too.
I loved
it.
That was awesome.
It was about time somebody put Mike Coppinger in his fucking place.
and reference to that, what I notice about the media now, and I want to talk about this, segue off of what I was talking about, is what I notice about the media now is they pick a side too much. If you're an actual member of the media, it's not up to you to tell Bob Arum, well, you should have did this and you should have did, like, bro, do you know how you sound doing that? Like, you not a promoter, bro. It's not your fucking money to invest. It's not your money to be telling him what he should or shouldn't have done. And
we need to know his place.
Exactly. And the reason I say this is because right now everybody's running stories based on what John Fury said, based on what Frank Warren said, but nobody is asking Aegis Climas, what happened with the Anthony Joshua, Tyson? What happened with that? Because we saw that you said Tyson Fury fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
The media now, they take a side. So because Frank Warren won the bid, so let's just get quotes from Frank Warren. Well, what about Aegis Climas, though? He said Fury fucked up the fight.
Yeah, they don't want to hear what Aegis has got to say, though.
I believe what Aegis said. I totally believe him 100%.
I believe him more than Eddie because I never see Aegis wrapped up in no bullshit.
Like when does Aegis come out to say something like that? Was that like the first time?
It's like I think that's like the first time Aegis ever like had to call out anybody.
No, I agree. I've never seen it, Jay. I've never seen that shit.
To be silent, you know.
That's where that speaks volumes to me. So it's like, a guy who's normally quiet to come out and say something like that. It's like, oh shit, if there it is.
like Aegis Climas to me comes out as very humble, chill. But yeah, that something like that is like uncharacteristic of him. But yeah, that speaks volumes.
I agree.
He's been reminiscing of Sean Cepeda. Been reminiscing with him, like he's just a chill, like on his side, but he's gonna fuck you up, like if you get in the ring with him.
No, pero también tú nunca ves Aegis involucrado en vaina. Like, when do you see Lomachenko, for example, discutiendo con gente online, or when do you see Usyk arguing with those guys? Don't do none of that shit.
It's also like those cultures, they believe more like, you know, being a gentleman and stuff like that. Like, they don't really care about like good points or like, oh, look at me or none of that. Like, they really don't care though. Like, Lomachenko's been rich since he was a kid, so like, he don't care about the money. He don't care about attention. He just care about the belts and his legacy.
Eso es lo que es, que ellos están negociando, ellos negocian como todo el mundo, pero tú no has visto Aegis Climas discutiendo, y tú no ves Usyk discutiendo, ni Lomachenko discutiendo. Like, you don't see these guys and arguing and bickering.
That reflects manhood in their eyes. You know what I mean? Like, because the thing is, like, they see that like you acting like a bitch. So like they like most of the time they don't complain. They just, you know, go through the vibes unless, you know, they snap. Like Aegis just did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he come across like Aegis is just fed up. He's just like, you know what, I'm fed up with this guy. Let me just tweet something just because I'm just fed up now. Yeah, he keeps like chatting a load of rubbish. So now I need to just put him in his place. And just one thing about that fight, you guys, I heard you guys the other night was saying how it's going to do over 1 million buys in the UK, 1.5. I can't see it touching 1 million buys. I was saying on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But a mil, I'm not 100% sure about that.
I agree with you. And when Arum says he imagines 500,000 in America, that lets me know they are hoping for at least 300,000 to circumvent what to carry what they need to pay these fighters.
Bro, that shit
if
like remember
if
when
he's
he said
yeah
remember when he said Wilder versus Fury 2 or 3, one of them would do 2 million buys, bro.
yeah he bought into that Al
the second
Heyman
fight.
hype, but like
That was
if
the
they
rematch.
need 300,000 pay-per-views from America to fucking cover their nut, they're fucked.
Bro, they're not getting 300,000.
Hey,
They're likely
Jules.
not. Go ahead.
I'm gonna if they price this more than the UK fans have to pay, I'm not buying this shit.
No, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna
I'm not buying it.
I'm gonna buy
bullshit.
Hey, Jules, I got a
Go ahead.
question for you. Do you think, is it me or is Fury kind of becoming the new Wilder? Not as far as skills, but just as shenanigans, holding the title up and not,
Look, he
fighting
was
people?
he was listen.
You was already calling him that, Jules.
Listen, he was already that way. Like motherfuckers act like this is the other shit, and this is why I always go back to this point. Motherfuckers act like the shit that Fury is doing is new, and no, it's not fucking new, bro. He been that way. He literally been that way. The only difference between now and then is because he beat Wilder. He supposed to be some type, and I'm like, bro, you beat Wilder, so fucking what?
But you see what it is, Jules. Most of these guys don't know Fury like Wilder. They don't know. That's why they think he's such a heavy. Oh, he's a knockout artist. This guy doesn't knock anybody out. He just realized that Wilder can't fight going backwards, so I'm gonna put it on him.
Also,
That is
he's
it.
gonna look like against a one-handed fighter.
Like, I'm gonna give him his props. I ain't gonna shit on him if he beats Whyte. I'm not gonna and really, I don't want to feel like I'm shitting on him. It's just that to me, a lot of these cats, what I see is y'all didn't know nothing about Fury before 2018. That's what it is. That's why, remember, they started talking about the steroid shit in 2018, 2019. Bro, that shit happened in 2015. Y'all late. That shit been happening.
Yep.
Y'all wasn't talking about that shit leading into the first fight that he is steroid cheat. You got to be careful. He tricksy. Well, y'all wasn't talking about none of that shit.
No, it was only after until Wilder gets his ass.
And you notice something else about Fury?
One at a time, fellas.
He doesn't want no.
Go ahead, Drew.
Oh.
Go ahead.
He ducked the fucking Vlad rematch, and now he's going back and he don't want. He can't refute nothing Egas is saying. Egas is a serious man. Nobody can say anything bad about Egas in boxing over the world.
That's what I'm
respected businessman.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And when do you see Egas Climbers? You could see Eddie Hearn getting in a back and forth with the shit. Leonard Ellaby, Bob Arum, all of that bickering shit. You don't be seeing Egas all wrapped up in that shit. Egas only came into it because Fury said, Usyk is a pussy. Usyk is a steroid cheat. That's the only reason that man even talking like, yo. Y'all not gonna put my man name in this bullshit that y'all doing, B. You the one that's holding up the fight. And what pisses me off is where is the media asking Egas, well, what happened? What happened?
Because the media don't want the truth. They don't like the real stuff. They like propaganda. They like all this conjecture, and they like Tyson Fury's back and forth in his contradictory ways. They love all that shit. They don't want to hear the real straight down the middle truth. That's what Egas is going to bring them, and they're going to see that as boring. They don't want to publish what Egas is saying.
Go ahead, country.
That's why I said Fury's really good for BS and entertainment, but that's about it.
No, I mean, you're not wrong.
No, country's right. I've been saying. Okay. Fury only has one legit win on his resume, and that's Vlad.
Two.
I mean,
I give him I give him credit for beating Chisora years ago.
Oh yeah,
I give him credit for that.
Chisora. I forget because when he fought Chisora was more in his prime.
Yeah, he did. He was unbeaten when he fucking fought him. He was unbeaten. So I give him and look, I give him credit for taking Wilder's belt. I give him credit for that too. It's just that so basically you've been around since 2008, and you only got 3 good wins?
Listen, I'm telling you this right now, because I'm going to quickly chat and I'm going to leave. I'm going to go to bed in a second. But listen to this. I've watched Tyson Fury come right through his career. I've watched him from the beginning to this point here. And I'm telling you, before he fought Klitschko, I thought he was a gimmick. I thought he wasn't even properly going to be a real boxer. It's only until he fought Chisora I was like, okay, this guy is serious. Do you guys even know that this guy in the ring punched himself in the face?
Oh
Do you
yeah, I
not know
seen
that?
that shit.
Oh yeah,
I seen
Oh,
that
This
shit.
guy, this
I had that in mind. Yep, like I
This guy
remember
is
exactly.
this guy was weird to me. And to be fair, who did he fight before he fought Klitschko? What did he do to get the Klitschko fight? Who, Christian Hammer? Was it Christian Hammer? Like, what are you? But he went over there
On pads though. That's
on
the other
pads.
shit.
But he went over there. He done the job. In like, I would say for me personally, that is the worst title fight I've ever watched.
I agree.
But he got into Klitschko's head from a while ago. You're gonna watch this 6'9" guy running around in a Batman suit, jumping out a Lamborghini.
No, I like
He's
all of
gonna
that
get
shit.
to your mind. I loved it because he waited. That's how he won the fight. For me, that was great stuff. He done what he needed to do to win the fight, and he won the fight. But let me tell you like this: you guys thinking he's gonna do this amount of millions and that amount of million buys? When he won that title, he was hated in this country.
I know.
He came back to the UK, and there was no one to greet him. Not even the press, particularly. No one even cared about that fight. No one gave a damn. And then he had a few interviews, said a few controversial stuff.
I remember
Things that upset the public, and the public even disliked him even more so. Right. Then he went into his situation that he was supposed to do the fight his IBF mandatory, but he's going to do the rematch. They stripped him of the IBF. Then I don't know if he pulled out the fight, but he started to have issues with his mental health and these situations, and then he eventually got stripped of every belt, and then he went into obscurity.
Let me say this.
Or cared about Tyson
let me say this. Let me say this, Box Watch. To this day, I don't know if the mental health shit, because you remember, the mental health shit started as UCAD was investigating him. That timing.
See, this is why I know you know your boxing, my G. Because that is so. Listen, that's such a point that nobody touches. That you know what? God, carry on, man. God.
No. All right. Well, look, when his mental hiatus bullshit, and first and foremost, anybody that saw that shit play out, because a lot of people didn't. When Vladimir invoked his rematch clause, I hurt my ankle, I can't do it. All right. And if you saw the sit down with them, you saw the difference in Vladimir's eyes, man. You could either
read. Was a different animal.
He was different.
Absolutely. He's like, okay, I've been in his eyes. It said to me, I've been in the ring with you now, and now I'm coming to mash you up.
That's what I.
Now I had a question. Did they charge for his Otto Valine Tom Schwartz in the UK?
No.
That tells me everything I need to know.
I'm letting you know. I can't see him doing
exactly because the UK. What's the population in the UK? About 67 million.
That's not the point. That's not the point. The fact of the matter is, UK will love a boxing. You can get a million buys. You can get what AJ's had a 1.7 million buys over here. You can get that. It can happen. I'm just saying, this particular fight, you're gonna. The fact of the matter is, Dylan Whyte is very big over here. You lot don't get it. He does his own pay-per-views, and whoever he fights in pay-per-views, he does numbers. So because he's in the fight, that's why it's going to do more than 500K.
Now listen. That's listen. That's what the fuck I've been like. Look. There's certain shit you got to look at, right? Even if we don't know the exact number of pay-per-views, the man sold 20,000 tickets fighting a fucking New Zealander. He sold 20,000 fucking tickets.
I was there for his fight with Lucas Brown. Is it Lucas Brown?
Lucas Brown.
I was there for that fight. I was there for Chisora 2. I was there for.
Your mic went out, Box Watch. Like the dude sell tickets, and the way that you know that the dude is a draw, that dude sell tickets though. Don't get it twisted.
No, he do, B. And when I was out there, Fury wasn't. When I was around a bunch of boxing people for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Fury didn't have the buzz like they say he does here over there.
Bro,
I can see it doing 1 million buys over there in the UK because they're both gonna promote the shit.
Listen,
we know that.
Listen, The only guys that you gonna see, because I asked, this is why I talk to a lot of the guys that's over there, because the guys that's over there is the gauge, not the guys that's over here. Feel me? So when you see Rick Glacier and you see War Week, who he thinks Tyson Fury is this and that, and I'm like, bro, you saying that because of the Wilder fight? The Wilder fight, without Wilder, does he do that here? No. Fuck no. Would he sell even 500,000 pay-per-view buys in the UK with Robert Helenius?
Check it out, Jules. AJ comes over here for the first time and sells out MSG against Andy Ruiz. Now, granted, Andy Ruiz had a little bit of a name, but his first fight in the States, his first fight in America, he sells out the Garden.
That's what I'm saying. When Tyson Fury came back, right, and I honestly expected more of a reception for the Sefer Seferi fight, because I'm like, oh, so he really was serious that he's coming back. And go back and watch that fight. Look at the audience, bro. It ain't like it's just like Box Watch said. They're like, yo, motherfuckers wasn't high off of him like that. Like, you wilding. And he beat Wilder, which I do think increased his marquee value. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Fury now is where AJ was after the Klitschko fight. No, he's not, because if he was, he could go in there with a Robert Helenius or a fucking Manuel Char. Remember, Joshua did numbers fighting Carlos Takam, bro.
Yeah.
He did numbers. Carlos Takam, like, bro, don't nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
He did numbers with fucking Povetkin.
Yeah.
Julius?
Go ahead, Leo.
Okay, I want to talk about...
could get away with that.
Hey, Leo.
What's up, guys? I want to talk about... I don't think nobody has addressed this enough. I don't know how the situation about the traveler community is in the UK. I don't know. But let's take, for example, Muhammad Ali. He told some stories that were rough. For example, the time he told about he won the gold medal and he went to some dinner to get breakfast. And they say, no, you cannot eat that here. No, but why is it? No, you can. Dude, if someone tell me that nowadays, I will lose my mind. I will lose my fucking mind. I cannot blame Tyson Fury at that time for doubling down and talking shit about the UK or everyone, because I can imagine things were rough in the time, and now they were still rough. But the difference, for example, with Muhammad Ali stood for something and put his ass in the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
The strip from him, their title, he couldn't fight, and he came back later, past his prime, and did something amazing for the guy that's supposed to be invincible in George Foreman. Tyson Fury, okay, the impression for me is you want to represent something similar to Muhammad Ali. You're not.
You're not.
Not. You represent only for yourself, and for me is you are talking about mental health to try to stand for something, but no, it looks very fishy.
I mean,
if like a gimmick.
The reason I think is skewed when it comes to Fury is they didn't watch that situation play out in sequence, because that was the tail end of the Klitschko era. And we know that the Americans, they didn't pay attention to the Klitschko era. They really didn't. So when all of this is going on, after the Vladimir Klitschko fight that a lot of people didn't like, 50,000 people in Dusseldorf showed up, but they showed up for Vladimir. They didn't show up for Fury. They showed up for Vladimir. He goes back to the UK, and I remember all of it. He said a lot of inflammatory shit, a lot of anti-Semitic, anti-this, anti-that shit. And people didn't like him. I remember all of that. And then as soon as the Nandrolone shit starts, I'm gonna retire. I'm out of here. My mental health, I'm not fit. And this is after a supposed ankle injury that prevented the Klitschko rematch. After that, my mental health, I can't fight. Right at a time when UCAT is investigating you because of the Christian Hammer fight. It's like, bruh, come on, man.
He knew the storm was coming.
Ain't nobody dumb over here. Like, come on, B. Ain't nobody dumb over here. We know what's going on.
You know, it's like similar.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like similar in college sports. You know how like these college, you know, you hear like a college basketball coach or whatever, they would do anything to like, they would buy players and like they would like break the rules to get this certain player, this 5-star recruit, this and that. Once they know that they start coming, you know, that like the NCAA is investigating them, then it'd be like, oh, I'm jumping ship. I'm going to go to the NBA. It's like similar to like John Calipari. That's what happened to him with Memphis, the whole Derrick Rose shit. He knew that like the train was coming. Then once he left for the NBA, that's when Memphis got the hammer dropped on him by the NCAA. So it's kind of similar to what Tyson Fury did with the Ninja Loan shit.
Yeah, and the WBA, when the Alphabet Commission turned the heat up on the WBA, unbeknownst to most, a lot of WBA officials, they jumped ship and ran to the IBF. That's the story I was told. And I believe it because, well, the IBF isn't ordering fights so Johnny on the spot the way they used to. How are they?
No, they're not.
They're not. And I've been like, look, for Errol to still have a title, that tells like, yo, he still has the red belt. Why have y'all not stripped him yet?
I mean, Jules, he's made one mandatory defense in like almost 5 years.
Bro, he won that belt in 2017, bro.
Only one mandatory defense.
I want to say something.
And it's crazy because the IBF has been so strict with their mandatories for years. It's crazy.
You don't fight a man though, they'll strip you. Right, like no questions asked.
All right, go ahead, Drew.
You touched on it, Jules, and it's just I got to add Frank Warren and Top Rank to that old guard of PB. They just need to go away. Yeah, they can build talent, but if Golden Boy had more money, they're the only ones trying to develop women's boxing in North America, with the exception of Eddie and Golden Boy are the only ones trying to do more for the sport. Golden Boy don't have the budget though.
PBC don't want no women boxing. I'll tell you that.
But
these old guard, they don't have no innovation. They're not forward thinking of like how can
longevity.
How can I engage the 18 to 25 demographic that everybody wants? What am I?
Well, I mean, look. Any outfit that thinks that you should charge people to see Charles Martin versus, you know, fucking Luis Ortiz, that tells you everything you need to know. And if Bob Arum, you know, like Drew just said, he's old guard. He's an old guy, very traditional guy. Okay, then go make more Nico Ali Walsh fights because apparently you think that we want to see that. Yeah, I'm like,
we got to see him doing the shuffle. Like
they think we want to see the shuffle over Michaela Mayer versus Alicia.
Yo, bro, when I see them talking about that, I swear to God, I was going like, y'all serious with this shit? Y'all still doing this shit? If the kid want to fight, and I'm not holding him. If he want to fight because fighting in his blood, cool. But stop talking to me about Ali. Ali is dead, and you not him. So stop. Shit is wild. Oh, what's next? The next fight, he gonna do the rope dope? You gonna sit with a journey? He gonna sit do the rope? Come on, B, stop it. Don't do that.
It's too much pressure on the kid's shoulders too. Wouldn't you think? Like, oh, I got to live up to like my grandfather's, you know, name and shit like that.
They had him. Did you see the other clip? They had him in the Top Rank office. Like, this is the handprint of your grandfather, and he's like looking at. Come on,
yo, fellas, wait till he gets dropped to put on the canvas. They ain't gonna be calling him Ali then.
Nah, yo, and that's what you know. What I think. Honestly,
it's like the Chavez's. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever heard of the Harlem Globe?
Chavez Jr. did win a 160 belt though.
Hold on now. Have you ever heard yo, hold on. Have you ever heard of the Harlem Globetrotters?
No. Yeah.
That's what he remind me of. Like, you a novelty act, bro. Like, you not
that's it. That's all he is.
You not country. You heard of country. You heard of the Harlem Globetrotters, right? This,
Meadowlark Lemon.
Like when I see that he out there, he doing that shit, I'm like, yo, Bob not dumb, Carburetti not dumb, and Bruce Trampler not. Y'all know damn good and well this boy is not gonna win no belt from nobody. Stop. So what is this?
Somebody get Meadowlark Lemon.
Meadowlark Lemon.
Bro, yo, how many years would any of you give him to be ready to fight for a title? How many years would it take? Who he gonna beat? I wouldn't pick him to beat Rob Brandt.
No,
4 years.
What weight class is
4
he in?
years.
Was
Middleweight.
Middleweight? Okay.
Bro, who he gonna beat for a belt?
A question. I got a question for the panel. Like you guys know the referees, the top-ranked referees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many referees do you think they have in a lineup before his cards? And then like they say like no, but Bob is giving them instructions. Okay, guys, this is what you got to do. As soon as Nico lands the first clean punch, you stop the fight.
Yeah, bro, shit. Because it's like, look. You got Esquiva Falcao. Think about the landscape, right? You got Esquiva Falcao, Olympian from Brazil. You got Zhanibek Alim Kanuli, who may end up being the heir apparent to this division. You know what I mean? You got all those guys at junior middleweight that are likely going to move up some. Like, I feel if Jermel beats Brian, and I think he might, I believe after that, he's not going to stay at 154. It's time to move up. And I'm like, yo, Nico not beating these fucking guys, bro. What the fuck?
I still can't believe that he did the fucking shuffle in the middle of the ring. Dude was against the fucking ropes. He did it against a fucking no-hoper, bro. I'm still fucking like really?
Really? You needed to, you felt like it's like, you know what it felt like, Drew? It felt like it's his birthday party and they letting him do shit. Like, oh, you want to touch a titty? Touch a titty. Oh, you want to slice it? It felt like that, but with boxing, like, oh, you want to go in there and have a couple of fights, do the Ali shot? Yeah. All right, we're gonna let you do that. Cause this shit is not real, B. Like, nah, y'all don't really think he gonna win a title. Y'all don't.
One more thing. I know we don't like to give them time on this channel, but I couldn't stop dying after all the boxing Twitter roasting Juice Man the last 2 days.
Oh nah, look, listen. Let me tell y'all something. I said it months ago. That kid got bad juice. Like the universe don't like him. I've been said it, and
God don't like ugly.
It ain't even
God
that.
don't like ugly.
Somebody put a pox on that bug-eyed motherfucker.
Does this individual happen to draw pictures?
What draw? What draw?
I was. Hey, there was some fire ass clapbacks on his ass. I was dying.
Yo, I seen all that shit. I'm like, see, yo, look, man. And you said it, Drew, because I honestly believe it. Like, yo, he probably got like a fetish for people laughing at him or some shit. Because it's like he just trying to get out there any way that he can so he could try to like turn it into bread, I think. Like he trying to be like Charlie Z or some shit.
You know what that is? That's just like the hunch. He's got that sell out at any cost, like the Hunchback on 300.
Real shit though. Like that's the energy that like, bro, you don't stand for nothing, not about nothing. You just want attention because in all likelihood you don't be getting that. And I'm not the type of cat like I seen they was G'ing on his girl. I ain't gonna do that because that woman did not do nothing to me. Feel me? But like, yo, you need to just get off the internet, my God. Whoa, my God. Get off the internet, human. Get off the internet, bro. Go ahead.
Charlie Z may be the only guy to stop Jake Paul.
Nah, come on.
It's a joke.
Hey,
come
Jules,
on. Go ahead.
Let me ask you. All right, let me ask you this. Okay, so Zhanibek Alimhanalai is supposedly gonna fight Esquiva Falcao for the interim title at 160. Do you think Esquiva Falcao could be a major threat to Zhanibek, can give him a very competitive fight, or is Zhanibek too much for
competitive? I edge Zhanibek, but Esquiva's not a tall guy, not really big for middleweight. He's a stocky guy, shorter, stocky guy. Yep. And because of what I saw from Zhanibek in the end fight, I feel like he's not fluid yet. He's still a little bit robotic. I believe Esquiva is also a southpaw like Zhanibek, unless I'm mistaken. and that's going to take away an advantage. I've seen Esquiva, and it's not that he's better than Zhanibek or he has a higher ceiling, but he looks more fluid to me. Like, okay, you're a little bit more put together than Zhanibek, because Zhanibek still looks a little bit robotic. Zhanibek to me has a higher ceiling than Esquiva. He could go further, but if this is the next fight, yeah, that's competitive. It's a good fight, though. It is a good fight. Don't get it twisted. But I favor Zhanibek to win. I do favor Zhanibek to win.
Split decision, maybe? Split decision?
No, I think he's going to stop him. Somebody's getting stopped.
Okay.
I think somebody's getting stopped
too, though. I mean, he hasn't. I mean, he's got experience, but he doesn't have that much experience. So
exactly. Because
right.
It's that's why it's not a blowout, because it's like, you beat the shit out of Rob Brandt. That's a good win. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, this is a good win, of course.
Because he's a lot more experienced than you are, and not so much. Like, bro, it's Endom.
Endom's washed.
Yeah, like he washed, bro.
I was at that fight. Zhanibek could have put him away about 4 or 5 times and wasn't pulling the fucking trigger. He was landing one flush shot and then fucking, I don't know what the fuck he was doing after that.
Yep. The thing for me is Zhanibek at this point. There's a handful of guys that can stand and fight with Zhanibek now.
That's true.
In the middleweight division, and if you choose to do that, you're probably getting knocked out. But if you play your cards right, you can make it into a decision.
I agree with you, because go ahead.
How do you like the way Buddy McGirt's developing Zhanibek to the pro?
No, he's developing him fine, but they're moving him quick. They are moving him quick. If you look, if you have him calling out Demetrius Andrade, now bear in mind, Jaime Munguia was already a champion at 154. The man already had, that dude got wild fights. He had 5 title defenses as a champion. They still don't want to put him in there with Andrade, right?
They're still babying him. Yeah.
Whereas with Zhanibek, they're willing to put him in there. So that speaks to the confidence that they have in him. But what I see in Esquiva Falcao is he's a combination puncher, whereas you still throwing singles to hurt a guy. You still throwing singles. He throwing 2, 3, and 4 punches. So that's gonna make a fun environment for the fight. It's gonna be a fun environment.
Yeah. No.
By the way, Jules, I got a question. Anybody on the panel? Anybody? Y'all see the Makabu fight?
Oh, he looked like shit, man.
I heard he got a split decision.
Did y'all see?
I think he lost.
A lot of people.
He got a split. He won a split decision, but
I didn't watch that garbage. But I did see Jaime Munguia's new fucking thirst trap he's posting. Too busy fucking showing off his abs and want to get in a fucking real fight.
Bro, look. I feel like if Gennady goes to Japan, let's say he beats Ryota Murata, you know what's next.
So you mean, Jules, he'll wait for another 5-6 months after the Murata fight for Triple G to relax and then take it in September. He'll wait all the way to September to get a fight.
I believe so, because I believe what I think could happen is, let's say the Murata fight happens over the summer, because remember what now Yaino, as people said, right now you can't get into Japan. They're going to open the borders in March, so Naoya's going to come back in June. I anticipate that they may schedule Golovkin versus Murata over the summer or in the spring, because if the borders open up in March, then you can do the fight at the end of April or May, right? So they do the fight then between Golovkin and Murata, and then when September rolls around, he comes back stateside, he fights Jaime Munguia. And and he could get retired, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Because
I'm
gonna beat Golovkin.
Yeah, because that's what I see.
And that's still a big fight. That sells out the arena out here, 20,000 LA.
No, that's why he's gonna do it. That's why I feel like he will do it. He'll fight Munguia here, big dramacho, play, all the familiar angles, bro. All of the familiar angles, all the familiar shit. And then that'll be how he goes out. Because it's like, being real, who the fuck actually has Murata beating Golovkin?
Not off 2 years inactivity, and he's in his mid-30s. That's no bueno.
I mean, like, nobody I know has Murata. Nobody. I asked people.
Hey, nobody. it's wild how big that fight is over there, though. Still.
Oh yeah,
It's
of course.
It's almost a
He's a draw.
It's almost a fucking
Murata's a draw.
nine-figure. It's almost a 9-figure fight. That's
It's
crazy.
Japan, though. I mean,
Morales like the Mike Tyson from his country.
Exactly.
Yeah, Murata's a celebrity in Japan, so you know that speaks volumes there. So yeah, it's gonna be a big sellout over there. It could have sold if they had it in the Tokyo Dome. They could have sold that stadium out.
Listen,
for sure.
and I get it. Like
he'll start like Tank Davis,
bro. And I get it. Like that. You know, he's an older guy and all. So I understand the reasoning. What I don't like about the situation is, okay, that dude sat out all of last year, right? Didn't fight shit, waiting for Murata. So when it comes to Demetrius, I'm not gonna pressure Demetrius when y'all letting this man sat out the whole year, ain't fight shit. You know what I mean? I can't get mad at if Demetrius is saying fuck middleweight, I'm moving up. I get it. Like, yeah, what the fuck he gonna stay there for, bro?
Also, Demetrius is kind of too big for the division still. Like, he's huge. Like, he's been killing himself. Keep staying in that weight.
Ese tipo tiene 34 años, ese tipo. He's older than Canelo.
Yeah.
My thing with Boo Boo is he knows Canelo's not coming back to 68. So I hope he's not going over there thinking he's gonna get that fight. Clean out, become a contender, beat Benavidez, beat whoever you can get a fight with, because you're not gonna get the Canelo fight. 68.
That's why he moved up though, because fighting Zhanibek was a high risk, low reward fight. Even though people say he ducked him, I mean he wants that fight with Canelo, so that's more than likely why he moved up. He's probably trying to put himself in that.
I don't think it's
Wait, country. I'm gonna say this. It's like he knows. Like that dude is not dumb and Eddie's not dumb. They know, bro, Canelo is not gonna fight this dude. That shit is not gonna happen. But you could do it. You could do Andre versus Ryder if Ryder beats Jacobs. You could do that. You know what I mean?
That's a good fight.
Check this out. If he gets himself in the position where he becomes a mandatory at the weight that, if let's say Canelo does like capture a belt up there and he's able to be a mandatory for that, then he has to fight him. Right?
Yeah, but you know that. Come on, bro.
You know, he threw the belt in the trash with Triple G.
I know. I agree with you. I'm just saying. I agree with you, but I'm just saying that. I mean, that's a possible scenario.
I don't. You know what this shit is? This is the thing, right? As soon as he goes up there, because we thinking about it like it's gonna be short. No, first you have to do the fight. Then you have to, you got to schedule the fucking fight. Right now we have no fight date for Andre versus Parker. Then okay, after 2 months. We get the fight, right? Bing. Let's say Andre wins. Okay, the order for Canelo to fight him, that shit might take a year, bro. That shit might take a year.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a question, Jules. If you're Parker, who's got the number one spot, do you demand that fight's over there in the UK?
I mean, look, this is the thing, right? Parker people got to be real with him too, bro. Like they got to be real with him. Like, yeah, you in a pole position to become a champion yourself, but let's be real with you, bro. Like this could be the biggest payday for you right here and right now, because you might not be the kind of guy. See, if it's a Zhanibek or somebody like that that they could go all the way, you treat the situation differently. But a Zach Parker, you got to ask yourself, yo, if they put him in there with a guy, he probably gonna get beat. But at least if we put him in here with Andre, we get some money. So, you know what I mean? If anything, I would exploit the Andre situation for the bread. That's what I would do. Like, all right, you want what we got because we in a good position. You got to give us a lot of motherfucking money. You got to give us some money.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Get a sizable check out of it.
Because what's the loss to Zach Parker anyway? That's not going to end his career. If I lose to Andre, that shit don't end my career. But let me get some bread. If you want my position in these rankings, give me some bread, bro. I want motherfucking at least $600,000-$700,000, B. That's what I want. If you ain't got that, then we ain't fighting.
Yep.
The shit is that the WBO ordered the fight, so they have to fight. Like Zach has been put in a position to where it's not really up to you anymore because they ordered the fight. So now you got to do it. To hold on to your spot, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But why that?
Oh, go ahead.
Why that
Sorry.
mandatory fight with Zhanibek and Canoli was ordered so soon?
¿Tú sabes por qué? ¿Tú sabes por qué?
Top rank?
¿Tú sabes por qué? Tú lo sabes. Ooh, this is a good one. Who's the bigger gimmick? Campbell Hatton or Nico Ali Walsh?
It's a tie. It's a tie.
No, Hatton. For sure.
Tough decision.
Yeah, they're pretty much on par, man.
Yeah, they're neck and neck, I think.
I would say at least Nico knocking motherfuckers out though. I give him that. He has a good right hand. He seems to have a good right hand. Edward says Boo Boo analyzing going up because he knows Nello will be at 175. The other thing is too, whatchamacallit, Jose said it. That dude is fucking big for middleweight, bro, and he been there for like 3 years. He's 34. Yeah. He killing himself to make that shit.
Yeah.
And against Leon Williams, he looks sluggish.
He did.
And I see Canelo after Charlo, he's gonna fight B-Ball next at 175. That's my belief.
I think he's gonna fight fucking Charlo, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to be Charlo first and then B-Ball after. That's what I think.
Well, it'd be good for him to get him out of the way, man. Because, I mean, if he's going to beat him, just fight him, beat him, and get him out of the way so you can move on to other stuff.
Yeah, get that shit over. Like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, if y'all going to give me a bag for this guy, hell motherfucking yeah, let's get that shit. Why not?
It's lingered a long time.
Yeah, and it's for me, look, it's really not a great fight. But at least it's one less guy that we got to keep hearing about. Like, oh, he didn't fight Charlo. Like, bro, who the fuck has Charlo fought? Who has he fought, bro? Who the fuck has he fought?
J-Rock at 154, but that's it.
That shit killed me. Like, man, at least let the motherfucking fight. So, like, oh, right, he fought Sergey. Was that before or after Gennady and Danny beat him? Was that before or after that? Fuck out of here with that shit, man. But I think he's gonna fight Charlo. Obviously, it's gonna be a PBC pay-per-view, and Demetrius could go another. You know what though? I could see Canelo fighting Demetrius after Charlo. I could see that. I'm not gonna dismiss that possibility. I could see that.
You think so?
The thing is that, look, everybody relegates him to being a boogeyman and all this bullshit because of a fight that's from like 7 years ago, bro. I understand that he didn't look great with Lara. I agree that he didn't look great with Lara, but that was like 7 years ago, bro.
Right. So much has changed since then.
Oh, yeah, a lot has changed.
I really want to see Canelo fight Beterbiev. I think that's like one of the best fights out there.
I look, I'm gonna be real with you. Of course, I want to see that too, country, right? But I like close fights where I don't know what's gonna happen. I like those fights. So because of that, I really want to see Beterbiev and Joe Smith.
Yeah.
If Joe lands on Beterbiev the way that Callum Johnson landed on Beterbiev, bro, he could put him out, bro. He could put him out.
And when Callum Johnson fought Beterbiev, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, I got a gut feeling Callum Johnson's going to score the upset. He almost did.
Listen, and Callum Johnson, I think that Joe was kind of fortunate that Callum Johnson got the Rona, because that's why the fight didn't happen, because he got the Rona. Because that would have been, listen, Callum, that would have been a fucking fight, bro. Like, Callum maybe he get knocked out. I don't know. But I know it would have been a fight. It would have been a fucking fight. Now listen, he in a position, and we don't talk about this enough. Joe is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because if you don't fight Beterbiev, you're going to have to fight Anthony Yard. And he could beat you too.
Yep. So he's surrounded by punchers. He's surrounded by killers.
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point. Like, yo, ain't no motherfucking way that you skip out on Beterbiev and you don't end up fighting somebody. You still got to fight. If you don't fight Beterbiev, you got to fight Yard. And
Yeah.
I think Yard has a chance.
Yeah, I do. I highly believe it too because he can bang himself. So
you're gonna have to make a decision. And I'm sick of talking about what Canelo might do. Who Canelo? Man, look, man, Canelo gonna do what the fuck he gonna do. But can y'all fight? That's what can y'all fight? Can y'all do that?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about that. Does anyone here have
They're a bunch of divas, to be honest.
the desire in some part of himself to Canelo to retire right now? Because all these fights are not happening because they're waiting for the Canelo payday. And
I do.
I'm kind of tired of this.
Es que Canelo no tiene. Canelo doesn't have nothing to prove no more. To me, he doesn't. Like, bro, what the fuck up? Really, what else is there to do? All this shit that we want him to do, and ain't nobody else doing shit. He already a fucking 4-division champion. He already undisputed. What the fuck else? There's not a lot to do.
What's left after trying to get something up in like light heavyweight or cruiser or whatever? You know, I mean, there's not much.
No, but even like think about it this way, country. You got Benavidez at 68. You got Plant. All these guys, right? They not gonna do half the shit Canelo did, and they not gonna do half of that shit.
No.
So if we know that, they're like, bro, a lot of y'all cats, y'all not gonna be 4-weight champions. Some of y'all not even gonna be 2-time champions, and we know that. If we know that, bro, I'm gonna leave him alone. Yo, you need to do something, bro. And it ain't motherfucking Anthony Durrell. Because that's who they talking about putting Plant in there with. I'm like, yo, dog, if I'm Plant, I call Eddie, look, man, I used to have a belt, and Billy used to have a belt. Let's make that happen in the UK, O2 Arena. Let's go.
That's pretty good. This is a decent fight, actually.
That's a decent fight.
Yeah, decent fight, yeah.
Who in America wants to see Plant versus Durrell? Who?
Oh, God.
Okay, this is
on pay-per-view, no less. They'll put this shit on pay-per-view.
Okay, this is the thing about Canelo. Let's say, for example, Roman Gonzalez. If some young guy goes there and defeats Roman Gonzalez and retires him, he passes the torch.
Yeah.
Now it's the real big thing. But Roman Gonzalez is in a position that he has to fight the guys. It's not in the Canelo's position that he can choose the guys he wants to fight. It doesn't matter for him.
No, pero también le tiene que darle crédito porque él está peleando con el mexicanito Julio, and yo, listen, listen,
no joke.
I feel it. Like I feel like, yo, this shit could go wrong for Choco B. This I don't know. I don't know, but I'm like, yo, you really want to fight that young motherfucker? Like the punch, man. He like it.
Julius, don't jinx him.
Yeah,
I don't want to say some
Martinez loves to fight.
I've been rewatching Martinez. I love that little guy. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight, man.
Gonna be a good fight.
But that's a definite banana peel for Roman.
It might be actually.
Sure.
I'm starting to like. I was picking chocolate before, but now I'm rethinking my choice. It's like, this might be a tough ask.
Speaking of banana peels, I got one for you. I had a dude tell me today that Teo was going to move to 147.
Bro, ain't nobody. Come on, B. You know, look. What they talking about for Teo is what I've been telling y'all right here. That they talking about putting him in there with Arnold Barboza, and I'm saying, like, and look, I wish him the best, right? All fuckery and bullshit aside. I wish him the best, but like I've been saying, 140 is not for the games, bro. It really ain't, bro. That's Chong, that's Jose Ramirez, that's Josh Taylor, that's Regis Prograis, that's Subriel Matia. It's not a game up there, bro. It really all.
By the way, Jules, about my poll I put up on Twitter, what was your choice? Prograis versus Zepeda? Who you got?
I would pick Prograis. Less wear and tear, less miles on the clock, because even. This is the thing, right? Jose Zepeda knocked out Josue Vargas, ¿verdad? And it's cool that he did that, but that don't mean you not war torn. You know what I mean? The fight only lasted a round. What if the fight lasts 2, 3, 4, 5? We don't know. That Baranchik fight, that's the type
took a lot out of him. It took a lot out of him.
And you see how he looked with Hank Lundy. He looked like he ain't look right, B. It wasn't that same guy. So
I think Lundy might have dropped him in the fight too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he did.
He did. Didn't he? Yeah.
But I don't think they ruled it a knockdown.
No. Yeah, I don't think they counted it.
Yeah. But you see how he looked, and it's like if you go in there for a round with Josue, it's like we don't really know what you have though, because we didn't get to see you do a lot. Like we didn't get to see much. So it's like if you go in there with somebody else, you might get your motherfucking ass beat, bro. All I'm saying is this. Tio at 140, and I ain't start saying it since George. I said it before the George Kambosos fight. That is, I don't like it. You know, like ain't no featherweights up there, bro. I'm just keeping it real with you. Your best win is a featherweight that moved up to lightweight. Ain't none of that shit up there, bro. It ain't.
Loads of punches away.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all looking forward to that Eubank Jr. Williams fight next week?
Yeah, that's a good little fight. It's too bad it's a pay-per-view.
Damn. Yeah, I know, right?
That's like, bro, you really gonna charge us for Eubank versus Williams? I'm gonna buy it though. But
they really talking this shit up. I like the battle between them. They're selling it well. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I do like that shit. Like Chris wore that same big ass jacket. Like, bro, I would never wear a jacket that fucking big. But I know it's cold in the UK, but it ain't that fucking cold, bro.
I'll tell you this much: I paid for that before I paid for Thurman and Barrios.
Oh God, hell yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a much better fight, I believe. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine if Keith Thurman lose that fight, man.
Bro,
it's curtains. It's curtains for a year with the shades drawn.
Yo, Julius, I know you're gonna be laughing your ass off if Keith Thurman loses.
Because think about the environment. Think about the environment for PBC, right? Just as a brand. If Thurman, he bites it like, yo, you don't even have Thurman no more. Sean done retired. Danny ain't no good. He ain't fought in a year.
Gary just lost his belt, even not that he had fans anyway. But
bro, like it's all bad. Like, bro, if Thurman lose that fight,
but you know what crapped me when Gary released his little Adrian Broner moment video, and we talking about like, I just want to thank the fans. I'm like, wait a minute, since when did you have fans, bro?
I won at least 10-2.
Listen. They talking about like rematch shit, and I'm like, bro, don't give this fucking guy please don't give this guy a rematch, man. Like, fuck around, he win that shit, and we right back in the shit.
Defending his belt once every 3 years. All that shit is just nah, man. It ain't. Yeah.
The Thurman, I don't know who is gonna win in Thurman and Barrios, but I think Thurman, the most likely scenario, Thurman is gonna be injured after that fight.
Yes, I agree with that. Whatever, he'll be injured.
He won't come out of that fight 100%. I don't think.
God, that's what we got to look forward to, guys. Thurman Barrios. Yo, not because it's been dry this month, bro. It's been dry.
It really has, man.
Thank God, but it's gonna pick up. It is gonna pick up next month because there's a fuck ton of cards next month, all over the place. There's a lot of cards, so it's gonna be good. But man, this month was just
bone dry.
Knocking on doors, begging for a good fight.
Guys, bro. I mean, just cross our fingers that Canelo doesn't pick Makabu next, because based on what I saw, that man don't beat Canelo.
No. I mean, this is the shit. It's and this is why I said what I said a few minutes ago, that we don't need to worry about what Canelo doing. And to be real, he already had super fights. He did that. He had the Floyd fight.
Like he's just playing now. He's just like kind of like not playing, but he's kind of like just had just going for more when he doesn't really have to.
Look. The Floyd fight was a bigger fight than most. Think about the guys that are out there right now, right? Mm-hmm. And realize None of those guys, not Jamal, not Benavidez, not Bivol, not none of them are ever gonna be in a fight, and this is 100% facts. Them guys ain't never gonna be in no fight that does what the Floyd fight did. Right?
Yeah.
That's top 5 pay-per-views. That's top 5, right? Now take that away. The 2 Golovkin fights. Bro, these cats ain't got it in them to be in. They don't have it in them to be in that kind of a fight. They don't, because they prima donna each other. That like y'all not even gonna have a fight like that where you like really, just do $1 million, or for you or someone else, not involving me. Like Canelo's already, he had super fights. He already made history on more than one front. So I don't even fucking care. Like he could do him, bro. Let him do him. Y'all cats need to fight because y'all not getting any younger.
Well, I'm just saying I don't want him to fight Bukaba because I wanted to pick Charlo next week and beat the shit out of him. That's all. So,
I ain't mad at that neither.
Question. When is Rungvisai Quadras 2 coming up?
Oh, that's already scheduled. I think that's on March. I believe I think that's either the end of February or March, but that's done. That is done.
No, that's next week, y'all. That's on the 5th.
Oh shit! That's even fucking better.
There we go, man. That's a great fight, man. I'm telling you, fireworks.
Listen, I think Saul gonna fuck his ass up.
So do I.
I think Saul gonna fuck his ass up is what I think. And remember, most people don't realize that's a WBC title fight because Juan is the French fry. So the vacant WBC is on the line in that fight.
Oh, so he gets that shit back.
Yeah.
We do.
He might get that shit back. And then after that, what I need, since Jerwin is playing games, can I get Sorun Visa versus Kazuto Ioka? Because I need that shit.
But wait a minute.
That's a good fucking fight.
Is he still, viable though, or is he fading?
But they're both fading, bro. They are both fading. Ioka's fading, bro. You see the last 2 fights.
He didn't look good in his last fight at all.
Did Soar? He fought I'm Not Ruined Wrong, looking basic as shit. Like B. They both on their way.
They getting old, man.
We need that. I need that. Like Jerwin is going to just keep being Jerwin, bro. Like I don't even feel sorry for like, yo, you know what? You don't want to fight people, bro. You don't want to fight people, bro. It's all right. Just go have that red belt and have that red belt. It's all good, bro. Fucking bullshit.
Hostage, defend against just whoever, just not no top guys, no champs, whatever. So
because the shit is super flyweights already don't get the attention that other divisions get. So the only real way to get attention and get good purses is to fight people, bro. And you not doing that, bro.
Yeah.
So it is.
Sorry.
Emilio, you good? Shit, he's smoking some good shit over there, man.
Nah, you didn't catch the shit, bro. Yo, you cough again, Leo.
Serrano. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice.
Nah, cause it's real shit, But hey, we about to get one now, right? So it's all good. But them cats need to fight, man. Like I need to see, and I just want to see Ioka with one of these guys, man. I want to see Ioka with one of these guys.
Before one of them retires, at least could we just get a unification match or something? You know what I mean?
And the shit is because he's already, like most people don't realize, well, Ioka's already a 4-division champion. So he's already accomplished enough that he could get the fuck out of Dodge if he felt like it. He's not getting any younger. But I need to see like Ioka versus, just give me one of them fights. Like I don't care which one. Give me Ioka Estrada or Ioka versus Sorun Visa. Just one of them shits. And I'll be happy.
Like who would you pick between Ioka and Sorun Visa?
That's more of a 50-50 to me, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Shit is that
somebody in the chat was asking if you think Sor is pound for pound quality.
Yes, he is, and if he wins, he is. Yes, he is. If he, especially if he gets the WBC title back, he's at least in the conversation. You have to put him in the conversation. If
because he beat Estrada, he beat Choco twice.
Yeah,
I would say yeah.
You like that's not saying that you give him a rank, but you got to have him on the honorable mention. That okay. Now if you can unify after this, you back in that bitch based on the unification and everything else you already did. The shit is like we've been saying, yo, Saw might be on the slide, B might be on the back nine. So yeah, and it's a lot of motherfuckers in that queue. Look, Better Beef's in that queue. Stephen Fulton is in that queue. MJ is in that queue. Fake ass. I hate to say it, but yeah, fake ass Spence. He is in that queue because these is unified champions. All of them, they all unified. So it's a lot of guys in that queue. Motherfucking look, Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, the winner of that fight. They in that queue because not only will they be unified, but they're both two division champions.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Stevenson's gonna jack him up, man.
I think that shit too, but I feel like I don't think that shit gonna be a shootout, bro. I think that's gonna be
a boring fight. Probably gonna be a
not boring, not
boring so to speak, but just not exciting. Not that exciting.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like, oh, you moving and jabbing and feinting and jabbing, hit him with the counter.
And Shakur's gonna win the chess match in my mind, anyway.
Yeah, like.
Hey, Julius, what was your opinion of Martinez and Conasau or whatever, the guy from Brazil?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too, Jules. What was your opinion of that fight?
Listen,
Conceição, right?
Yeah,
look, Conceição is a quality operator. You can't let just take away all the Valdez shit. Remember, he's an Olympian. That guy, like that dude is not no joke. Yeah, that dude is not no joke. Like he's.
You can go there and steamroll this guy. You can't.
Did he look a little off? I'd say. I mean, not off, but just he looked. I say he was trying to really load up and take this guy out in that fight. He couldn't really do that.
He's not a big puncher, but it's his other attributes. He's not a big puncher, and he's looked like shit before. But for the Valdez fight, I think he had one fight where he just looked. You know what I mean? But he's a good boxer. That's the thing, and the division is more solid for him being in it because if a guy has to fight Robson. You got your work cut out for you. You might, maybe you beat him, but you got your work cut out for you. Because he ain't no pushover, bro. He's a bit of a spoiler, that guy. He's a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah.
But on that note, gentlemen, I'm going to take my old ass to sleep. See y'all.
Same here, yo.
Yeah,
have a great night.
No,
have a good night,
y'all. Bees.